Good evening, good evening, good evening. You're live with me, TSV, and I'm always everywhere you want to be. And as you can see in my background tonight, I am in Tigo. Y'all know my followers know what Tigo is. That's Tiffany's ego. Also, it's my guest room at my house, and it's about to become my studio room shortly. Um, I am in the process of getting ready to turn it into my studio room. Um, but I'm glad you are tuned in and you're joining me tonight. Let me see if I'm on Instagram. Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and make sure that I am in my Instagram live. I hope you guys have been having a good day today. I know I sure have. It's Thursday. Happy Thursday, right? Happy Thursday. Here we go. I think I'm in. I'm live everywhere, I believe. Um, but if you are having a good day, go ahead, type it in the chat, leave me a comment, talk to me, y'all. Talk to me. Uh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to end my live in Instagram. I want it to keep going, but I don't like the scene that the screen that is on. I don't like the screen. There we go. There we go. But like I said, happy Thursday, happy leap year. It is a leap year today. I'm not gonna really talk much about the leap year because to be honest, I don't know why we have it for. I know it's for quarters and all that stuff in the year, but that ain't what I'm here to talk about. Tonight we are talking heart, like we've been talking the entire month of February. Love, like we've been talking the entire month of February, and also we are going to give you a little Black history fact. Um, so I hope you guys, like I said, have been having a good day. Let me tell you about my day, y'all. So y'all see my little tie my hair up. This is the last day of Black History Month. Let me fix this little dude up right here. This is the last day of Black History Month, but y'all know me, I'm 365 Black. I had the pleasure this year, like I have had the last few years, of teaching my students some things in Black history. And they know that it doesn't stop now and it did not start in February. I am a firm believer of teaching all history and Black History year round, not just in the month of February. But today we did at my school, we did have our very first Black History program, and it was so good. The kiddos did a great job. I am in an elementary school, so it took a lot of bravery, a lot of guts. And I want to shout out, I don't even know if she's watching, I don't know if she's my friend, if she can see it, but Miss Jeffries, she is a lady that works in my school, and I mean, Miss Jeffries did a lot for us at the school. And she put on the Black History program. Shout out to her and Miss Williams. And I don't want to start naming names, Miss Martin, but Miss Bell. And I might be missing somebody, but if I am missing somebody, charge it to my head and not my heart, y'all. They did a great job. And I had the opportunity to participate with my kiddos in our Black History program, y'all. Don't talk about me being so churchy, okay? But I taught my kids, my first graders, the Kirk Franklin song "Be Like Him." That I thought it was in Swahili, but it's in Zulu, but it might be in both. But anyway, it was in the Zulu language and in English. And when I say my kiddos rocked the house today, they did an amazing job. They made Miss Vincent so proud. How many of y'all know that it takes a lot of guts and a lot of courage to get up there and do what everybody did? I'm not just talking my kids, but for people that are in elementary school to get up and perform. And then we had some kinders to come up there. I think they were in kinder. We had kinders to come and do a little thing about Martin Luther King. We had pre-K. I used to call them preschool, and my pre-K teachers would get at me. Pre-K came up and they walked in a fashion show with Miss Martin. Then my first graders got up there and they sung. And when I say they sung their little hearts out, they were singing, and it made me so proud. I was like, babies. And a little known fact. So I don't know if some of you may know and some of you may not know, but I used to direct the choir at my church at home at Cedar Grove Baptist Church in Lawrenceville, Virginia, with Pastor Dennis C. Ruffin as the pastor. And at home, I was the choir director for the youth and young adults, and I directed the combined choir. And the last song that my choir did was the song that my kiddos did today. So it's kind of a bittersweet memory. But the last song that I taught my choir that we did was Be Like Him. And it's like, that song is from the 90s. And my kids back home did a good job. Well, they were teenagers, but my babies today did superb. They made Miss Vincent's heart proud. And then you can't see my full outfit, but I'll put it on. I took a picture and then I'm gonna put it on Facebook. I'll put it on Instagram. My outfit came. It's very authentic. I have a student who is from Cameroon, and he got the opportunity to go there for a holiday around Christmas time. And his mother brought me back this authentic piece from Cameroon. So I put it on today, and I'm like, okay, Vincent, you did that, and she did that by giving it to me. So I really appreciate my mommies out there. To all my classroom family, I appreciate everything that you do for me. If you're watching from previous years or even this year, I appreciate all you do for me, how you help me out and come and volunteer and all that good stuff. But this is from one of my parents. It's an authentic Cameroon piece. It's a dress. And baby, I did that, okay? So that's what I have on my attire, celebrating the last day of Black History Month. But like I said, we read 365 Black up in this piece. So I said, but I've been talking about Black history, but I've also been talking about heart health awareness. And I'm going to give you a few facts tonight about the heart. And this is according to the Unity Point, according to unitypoint.com. These are a few surprising facts about the heart that you probably did not know. So, newborn babies have the fastest heart rate. Adults' resting heart rate, our heart beats between 60 to 100 beats per minute. And at a slower pace, it beats between 40 and 60 beats per minute. But a newborn baby's heart rate, their beats per minute is 70 to 190 beats per minute. Those little hearts be fluttering. I guess they're like trying to adjust and figure out what is going on in this whole new world. But I thought that was very interesting because who knew that a newborn baby's heart would beat faster than ours? Now, your heart beats around 100,000 times per day. This is the average. Now, some of us have more of a beats per minute, heart rate beats per minute, and some have less. But on average, our heart beats around 100,000 times per day. And it also pumps 2,000 gallons of blood. What? 2,000 gallons of blood runs through our body and goes to our heart every single day. Did y'all know that? Because I sure didn't know that. I'm telling you, unitypoint.org, they were telling me some stuff because I did not know, baby. Here's some more facts that you may not have known. Did you know that heart attacks happen the most on Monday mornings? I did not know that either. But heart attacks happen mostly on Monday mornings because the stress hormones are higher in the morning times, and Mondays seem to be more stressful for people, I guess, coming off the weekend, and we don't want to go to work. Y'all party too hard on the weekend or praise too hard on Sunday. Not sure which one, or it might be a little bit of all the above, right? But though that is why heart attacks tend to happen more on Monday morning. Again, the stress levels are higher in the morning time, and Mondays seems to be more stressful. That's why we have those Monday blues, okay? Um, Monday blues, and it really happens like that. Let's see what else. Did y'all know that men and women have different heart attack symptoms? Now, women and men share similar symptoms like um, heart attacks feel uncomfortable. They feel like squeezing or pressure fullness or pain in the center of your chest. Men are like that too. I can also feel like one or both arms are in pain, your neck or your jaw, your stomach, and shortness of breath. However, men experience these symptoms that women do not, which is shortness of breath, sweaty, and discomfort that mimics heartburn. Did y'all know that? I ain't know. You learn something new every day. So those are different symptoms that men and women have. But like I said, men tend to have more shortness of breath. They're sweaty and they discomfort heartburn. So for my brothers out there who may be feeling heartburns, you got to take it serious because you just never know. Now, listen, I ain't a doctor, and I got lipstick on my. Oh no, I'm not a doctor, and I don't pretend to be one. And I also don't want us to become hypochondriacs and like self diagnosing ourselves. But those are a few signs and symptoms. Did you know that laughter is good for the heart? Now the Bible says a cheerful heart is good medicine, and a broken spirit dries up the bone. Y'all can find it. I believe that's somewhere in Psalms. But laughter is definitely good for the heart. It says blood vessels relax when you're laughing, and when you're relaxed, it sends 20% or it has a 20% more blood flow through your body than when we are stressed out. So laugh a little bit more. If you want to relax your heart, laugh a little bit more. I'm telling you, I know laughter always makes me feel better, but who knew that laughter really helps with the heart? Because, baby, I know. And I did know this. We didn't, no one knows why the heart is associated with love. Like nobody knows that. And that's all. You can find more information about that on the unitypoint.org. Because see, Tiffany not just making this stuff up. I'm giving you real facts here. And I found all those points plus some. It was about probably about 10 or 15 more that you can find on the unitypoint.org. But nobody knows why the heart is associated with love. But I did tell you last week that broken heart syndrome was a real thing or is a real thing, and that's also on the list. So, those are just some facts about the heart. I've told you before, and I'll tell you again, and I'll continue to tell you again. Please make sure you take care of yourself and you take care of your heart, not just in the month of February, but all year long. I've already said that some good things or good ways that we can take care of our heart is by exercising daily, eating right, but lessening our stress, getting rest. Those are four good things that you can do to help with your heart health. So if you feel like you have been stressing out a little bit more, do some of those things. You could also do some meditation, some yoga, guided meditation. If you're saved to say meditate on the word day and night, those are some things that can reduce stress in the heart. And last week we talked about broken heart syndrome, and we talked about grief. Um, I'm not going to talk too much about grief tonight because I talked about it last week. But when I tell you that my county that I'm from, Brunswick County, has been getting hit with some doozies here lately, we have been losing some people. I would suggest that if you need to go to grief counseling, don't hesitate to go. You grieve whatever way is best for you. Like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on grieving tonight because I talked about it last week. And if you want to know more about it, go check it out on my YouTube page. I'll put the link up after the video drops. But my heart goes out to the families that I know that are grieving in the Brunswick County, Mecklenburg County, Greensville County area. It has been coming through and hitting really hard where I am from. I'm praying for everyone. But if you do need help, seek help. It's nothing wrong with having a grief counselor. Make sure your kiddos are talking to someone. If they can't talk to you, have them talk to someone, because it is grieving is a very very serious thing, and it can affect the hearts in ways we may not even think about or imagine. And not grieving can affect the hearts in ways that we may not think about or can even imagine. So that's just a little tips tip to make sure that you're taking care of your heart in all ways, in all facets of life. As we get older, make sure that you have keep your blood pressure down, your cholesterol down. All of those things affect the heart. So that's just a little tips tip. And that was for the month of February because February is also Heart Health Awareness. But we also know that February is the month of Valentine's Day and it's a month of love. And so let me tell y'all, I've had the opportunity to talk some love this month. And for as I'm closing out this month of love, but you know me, Tiffany always gonna talk about love because I love love and I love romance. I said, what can I talk to my people about tonight? About love and romance, baby. And let me tell y'all what I'm bringing. I'm giving you Tiff's top 15 black I'm not gonna say rom-coms, but romantic movies. Now, this is just my pick. This not according to nobody else. Cause I was looking, I was like, oh, I could do according to this one, according to that one. But y'all, some of the movies on there I ain't really care for. And then some of the movies that I thought should have been on there were not on there. So this is what I think. This is my top 15. So talk back to me now. Now talk to me nice though. Talk to me right, talk to me nice. But this is my top 15 love movies. You might agree, you might not agree. If I once I give out my list, if there's some that's not on my list that you think, go ahead, drop it in my comments, okay? Let me see if I can look on my other screen to see what y'all talking about on there. Not sure which one, or it might be. Go Hold ahead, up. Drop it in my comments. Let me turn the volume down. There we go. Hey Don, hey Ree. So, y'all ready? Y'all ready for Tiff's top 15 romantic I keep on wanting to say comedies, but I mean black romances. Y'all ready? One here, here we go. All right, and this is not in any particular order of my favorites, but I tried to do them in order of which they came out. Now, this one to throw way back. And you got to be a movie buff to have seen this one, Mahogany. That movie was really good. I liked Mahogany. I'm not going to say it's my top, but that came out, I want to say, in the 70s. Mahogany. You cannot have a romantic movie list, a black romantic movie list, and not include Mahogany. All right, the next one is Boomerang. Eddie Murphy, daggone Layla Rashawn, Halle Berry, when Halle Berry was Halle Berryan, well, she was just coming out. Who else was in that movie? Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, oh my goodness, I can see the man, David Allen Greer. Yo, that movie was so good. If you have not seen Boomerang, if for my younger audience, if you have not seen Boomerang, I suggest that you go check it out. It was such a good movie. One of the funniest parts is when Eddie Murphy was trying to get, who was he trying to get with? Halle Berry? No, Layla Rashawn. Talk about here, Kirby. He had a dog, fake dog. Didn't he have a dog? He saw the woman had a dog, and he was trying to get with her, and so he gonna pretend like he had a dog too. Curbsters. When he finally get that woman to his house, she's like, "Where's the dog?" He's like, "Oh, it's at the vet or wherever he said the dog was." But that part was hilarious to me. But you cannot have a black romance movie list without Boomerang. Now, coming up next, we have Poetic Justice. Now, Poetic Justice was so good that you have little kids wearing the Janet Jackson shirts, and they don't even know what they're wearing, or the Tupac shirts. We got songs by what's the boy name? He made a song called Poetic Justice. What's the name of the song, Ree? Um, but he'd be like, I know that. Yeah, I'm about to embarrass myself because I don't know the song. Poetic Justice. Poetic. But anyway, they made songs about it way after the movie had came out. But was it Kendrick Lamar? I don't know what the name of the movie is. I mean, name of the song is. But Poetic Justice is one of them. I love that movie. He was always on there trying to brush his hair. And one of my favorite lines from the movie, I dare not say because baby is a little bit hot. Now that ain't one you can watch with your kids. That ain't one you can watch with them. But one of my favorite, I ain't gonna say what my favorites because y'all gonna think I'm nasty, but it was, y'all about know what it was. What it was with Janet Jackson was what Justice was talking to Lucky when they was trying to go out. Lucky was first trying to get with her, and they were popping the gum, and Y'all know the part, right? Go ahead, drop it in my comments because y'all know the part I like. I was like, oh my god, and I think I saw that movie when I was younger, but I don't know. Is my mama on here? I don't. I don't know if she knew that I saw it, but I think I watched it with Kalisha. Okay. Yep, I'm putting it out there. Kalisha, you let me watch Poetic Justice. Uh, but it's totally different when you look at it when you get older. Moving right along, we have Jason's Lyric. Now, that movie was a lot. That talked about trauma. It talked about ACEs. If y'all don't know what ACEs is, that's adverse childhood experiences. That's something that me and my mom and my cousin Carly should talk about often. We'll probably be coming before you soon, probably in the month of April, with some more ACEs information. But basically, ACEs is average childhood experiences, and it changes your lifespan. And if you have, it's 10 or 11 ACEs that you can deal with in relation to childhood trauma, right? And if you think about Jason's Lyric, that had a lot of childhood trauma, teenage trauma. Is my lipstick mess? Child, I don't even know. But anyway, it had a lot of trauma in that movie, but within the movie, there was a love story in there as well. If you have not, for my younger audience, if you have not seen Jason's Lyrics, please go check it out. Moving right along. Y'all know what's coming up next if you're thinking about the order in which we got Waiting to Exhale. Now, that movie, I was just talking to my homegirl Iris the other day, and she was like, she was talking to our sister friend Dominique, and was like, "Y'all know we're older than the women were on Waiting to Exhale." And I had to think about that thing. I'm like, "Dang, we definitely are." But Waiting to Exhale is a cult classic. That movie is so good. You had Whitney Houston, Angela Bassett, Loretta Devine, Layla Rashawn, and it talked about the ups and downs and the ebbs and flows when it comes to being a single woman and romance. And just waiting, you want to exhale because you want to let your hair down. You just want to be loved, and the ups and downs that come along with that. Now, one of my favorite scenes from Waiting to Exhale had to be Loretta Devine's character when that fine, oh my goodness, Gregory Hines. Let me tell y'all, I was a young girl, young baby, and I had a crush on Gregory Hines. That man was fine to me. Hey D, I mean, I'm talking about I was crushing hard on Gregory Hines. And that was even before the Waiting to Exhale movie. But when I saw him on Waiting to Exhale, and see, I was a chubby girl, and Loretta Devine, she wasn't no small woman. So when he was checking her out, I was like, okay, in my young mind, right? But one of my favorite scenes out of that movie was when Loretta Devine she was talking to Gregory Hines' character. He was just moving across the street, and she said, "You can come over and have a plate. I got a little ham hocks, chicken wings, potato salad, macaroni cheese," and like she just named off all of these things, and he's sitting there intrigued. And then when she sashay away, because let me tell you, that sashay was probably something that little Tiffany would have done, and big Tiffany would have done. Okay, so when she sashayed away, she was like, "Oh, is he looking?" Baby, that's me all day. Okay, but I ain't gonna ask is he looking because I know that they are. Okay, I know they are. But not no more because my boyfriend would beat them up if they looking. But if I didn't have no boyfriend and before I had a boyfriend, right, they would be looking. Okay, they probably still look now. But that was one of my favorite scenes off of Waiting to Exhale, as well as y'all. I'm getting tongue tied and flustered because I'm excited. Waiting to Exhale is one of my favorite movies, but it's also one of my favorite soundtracks. When I tell you Kenneth Babyface Edmonds did his thing with that daggone soundtrack, that's one of the best movie soundtracks ever made. Every song on there was a hit. You had Brandy sitting up in my room. You had Shoo, 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 Shoo. You had Kissing You. Faith Evans. Oh my God. I shouldn't have started naming them off because I can't remember all of them, but I do know That soundtrack was a hit. I loved the way they bedded that movie. Bedding means putting the music under the scenes. Now, I love the way they bedded the movie, even as a little girl, before I got anything into production and producing and directing. I love the way the music matched the scene. And I'm like, they did an amazing job with that. So kudos to Kenneth Babyface Edmonds. Kudos to the whole cast of Waiting to Exhale, the producers and the directors. But wait a minute, y'all. I know y'all know, but for my younger audience who are watching, Waiting to Exhale is also a book. And I just told my homegirl, I was like, I have to read the Waiting to Exhale book because oddly enough, I have never read it. But I know the books are always better than the movie. And Terry McMillan did her thing with bringing those characters to life from the pages of that book. So we can bring them to life from the pages of the book to take them to a movie screen. And I think Waiting Till Exhale came out in like 94, 95, if I'm not mistaken. And this is 2024, and we are still loving the movie Waiting to Exhale. I know I took a minute on Waiting to Exhale, so as you can see, that is one of my real favorite movies. But after that, we have Love Jones, cult classic. Cult classic. That was with Lorenz Tate and Nia Long. They were young, but y'all seen Lorenz? Y'all know he on one of the Power Book 2 with Tariq and them. And Lorenz looked just as handsome as he did way back then. I think that was a classic movie. Of course, I love the music behind under that movie because I'm a music lover and I like jazz. And they did that thing. I also like spoken word. And when I watched Love Jones, I always wanted to go to like a spoken word spot and maybe do a piece or two. And when I was in college, I was able to I think I did 2 pieces in college, but I have not written poetry in such a long time. But I'm gonna get back to it because it's something that I love. But Love Jones, let me tell y'all, they knew one of the scenes in the movie, they know they loved each other and they was all in love and this, that, and the other. And he gonna sleep on the couch and she gonna sleep upstairs in the bed. Now we know that won't gonna work. But that is a cult classic. There have been many songs made after Love Jones, many reboots that came after Love Jones. That even Issa Rae had said some of her things were some of her scenes or she wrote like they did in Love Jones, and I thought that was amazing. Issa Rae is the creator and the star of the show Insecure. She's also going to be she's opening up, or she's the overseer of the not African American, the Black, no, ABFF, American Black Film Fest. And the American Black Film Festival is going on in Miami, Florida this year. It starts in June. I want to get you the correct date because I'm going to be there and y'all going to help me get there, right? The ABFF, or the American Black Film Festival, starts on June 12th. That's a Wednesday, and it goes from June 12th until June 16th. Now, I have some friends that I met along the way, and that are actors, producers, and directors. We're gonna go down there and meet up. And if you would like to support Tiffany getting to the ABFFs, you can always send me a cash app at $TVSTARR3. Again, that's TVSTARR3. It's an amazing experience. If I have any creators, any producers, directors, writers, actors, actresses, and it's not just for Black creators, but it is the American Black Film Fest. If you are a creator in any kind of way in the film or television industry, I'm telling you, the American Black Film Fest is where you want to be. It has so many like minded people. I mean, I just came alive when I was around those type of people, and I can't wait to go down there with some people I know. I met some great people along the way. A guy named Corey, a guy named Evangela. It was a few other people that I met along the way. I met a lot of celebrities there. I actually had dinner with a few, and I'm like, okay, Tiff. And they've been on me, y'all, because y'all know that I've been prolonging this book and that I want to turn into a movie called The Friend Zone. So please stay on me because my goal is to get it finished this year. I want the book and the script finished this year. So stay on me. If y'all don't see nothing about The Friend Zone, if y'all don't hear nothing about it, ask me, hey, Tiff, how the book going? how's the book coming along? Can you tell me some character sketches or something? Because I really want to get it finished this year. It's been in my head and in my heart too long. And as I talk to creators and producers and directors and writers, they think that is an amazing story to tell. So please stay on me about the book, The Friend Zone. Yes, long overdue. I know, Ree. You so right. Please stay on me, girlfriend. But let's keep it going. Another book that turned to a movie that's a black romantic movie. Y'all know what it is. Also by Terry McMillan. How Stella got her groove back. Now, baby, that movie had everybody wanting to go get their groove back. Listen, I know a few women that wanted to go to Jamaica and they ain't want to be on the bobsled team. They was trying to find them a winning. It's so many parts from that movie that I liked. I love how what was it, Regina King, her the interaction with her and her sister. Well, bring them on in then. I love that part. I love the interaction between Whoopi Goldberg and Angela Bassett. Whoopi the type of friend that take you to Jamaica and try to get you in trouble, and she ain't even doing nothing. And she tried to put a friend with that old man. But Stella definitely went down to Jamaica and found a groove or got her groove back, like the movie said now. That is also a book by Terry McMillan and based on a true story. But we all know, y'all heard what happened, right? That Winnie turned out to be gay in real life. Did y'all? I don't know if y'all knew that, but it doesn't spoil the movie. Even though he may have be who he is in real life, it did not change the aspect or the cult classic how Stella got her groove back, how it hit. It talked about a middle-aged woman going through divorce, and she just had to go let her hair down. She had been going through some stuff on her job. She didn't want to be no lawyer no more. And that young man came down there and changed that woman. Like I said, oops, Stella. So go check it out if you have not seen it. I don't know if I think it's streaming on Hulu, but it has the commercials. Okay. So that's a classic. Did I miss something? I gotta keep going. I got stuck on Wait to Tell. Now the best man, all of them, best man one, the best man two, and the best man holiday. That's not in order, but I did put the best man, all of them, because every single one of them was a hit. Now, Harper Stewart decided to write a book about hooking up with his best friend's girl. Now, I had a conversation with Key maybe about a month or so ago, and I said, I hate to admit it, but Mia, sweet little Mia, who, if you have not seen it, I don't want to, this is a spoiler alert. If you have not seen The Best Man Holiday, Mia died. She had cancer. But Mia was Lance's wife. Mia was Lance's girlfriend in high school and not high school, Harper's best friend in college and Lance's girlfriend in college. And I hate to admit it, but that little Mia was a piece of work. Like, now looking back on it, she was definitely wrong for doing what she did. They were all wrong because Lance was cheating on her, football star cheating. Harper allowed his emotions to get the best of him, but Mia gonna sleep with him. Like everybody was just wrong. They were wrong all around, but it was still good. It was such a good movie. And this part two got even better because it showed who grew. It showed how Lance settled down and married the girl, but he still had feelings for, why can't I think of Jordan, played by Nia Long, and those feelings kind of never went away. So they teased, if you have not seen The Best Man, I don't think is it The Best Man reunion? If you haven't seen the new Best Man that's streaming on Peacock, check it out. And I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but it's some stuff that came out in that movie and some people in that movie. So we really don't know what happened with Lance and Jordan in the long run because Lance wound up breaking up with him and his wife got a divorce for the better because for real, Lance really did love Jordan. But we don't know if they left it open. I want to say Lee Daniels did that movie. They left it open to figure out if Jordan and Lance are going to really be together. But if you have not seen The Best Man, check it out. I want to say I know The Best Man is streaming on a lot of streaming platforms this month. Also, The Best Man Holiday, which is the one where part two. And then part three is not a movie, it's actually a series. I want to say it's 9 parts and it's really good. So if you have a weekend where you can stream the Best Man reunion, stream that joint and watch it because it is good. It's gonna have you like, what? Because it had me like that. I watched it at my cousin's house Christmas, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before last. And I think I stayed up when everybody else went to sleep and I watched the entire series in one sitting. And I thought it was done amazing. And the fact that it's so many years between part one and part two, excuse me, and part two and part three shows you the impeccable writing capabilities of these writers on this movie that turned into a show, because we still wanted to see those characters 10 years later, 20 years later. And like, I still want to see those characters now. I could go for a spinoff, but I guess I'm gonna have to write it if it's gonna be a spinoff because Lee ain't doing it. Moving right along, here's some more of my picks. The best man. I said the best man. Love and basketball. Now, before I say love and basketball, I said the wood, but Key was like the wood is more of a coming of age story, which I know is a coming of age story. But type if you agree with me that the wood is also a love story, because I mean, when you had Omar Epps' character and Sanaa Lathan's character, they were all in love from the time they were little on up to they became grown. And one of my favorite songs was bedded under the scene when Nia Long and I'm Nia Long when Sanaa Lathan and Omar Epps were dancing to Crave. That is one of my favorite songs. I like that song. That movie came out, I think, when I was in middle school, and I was like, "Is your love that I still crave?" Whose love was I craving, y'all, in 8th or 9th grade? I don't know. One of them knuckleheads from North Carolina, probably. Somebody think it was about him, but it won't. I ain't going there though. But moving along to one of my favorite movies of all time, Love and Basketball. Now, just like Waiting to Exhale, I loved, absolutely loved the soundtrack from Love and Basketball. That soundtrack was amazing, but I love the movie because I was a basketball girl. If you ask anybody when I was coming up and my well, we were best friends in middle and high school. Corey, he would tell you that Tiffany loved basketball. I absolutely did. But me and Keith had discussions about it, and he was like, the movie toxic. Do y'all think that movie toxic? Because a lot of people are saying that, you know, it was toxic for her to want to be get back with him, and it was her truth. You know, it was his truth too, because even though the man was about to get married the next day, I mean, she wanted to play him for his heart. And if he didn't want to, technically she lost the game. But if he didn't want to be with her, he wouldn't have been like double or nothing. Double or nothing. But that is one of my all-time favorite movies. I probably know that movie word for word. Um, but I ain't gonna spend too much time on it because we got to keep going. I got a few more movies. We know Brown Sugar, absolute cult classic when it comes to black romance. That one, and it's so funny because looking back on the movies in the early 2000s, they starred some of the same people, but Brown Sugar was talking about love wrapped up in a hip hop song. I just learned that the other night. Well, I kind of knew it right from Common's I Used to Love Her, but Kimon had to break it down for me because he was like, yeah, the whole movie was based off the song. And the song I Used to Love Her by Common was talking about hip hop, even though they thought it was talking about a girl. Now, y'all know, I'm going to be honest. So I like hip hop music and I like, you know, rap and all different types of music. But when I was coming up, I really didn't listen to what, unless it was on the radio. I didn't listen to too much hip hop unless it was mainstream on the radio. And I'm sure I Used to Love Her was on the radio, but it was a little bit before my time. But I didn't realize. I know that it had a lot of hip hop influence. Like, when did you fall in love with hip hop? And I loved that about the movie. Of course, that movie was bedded amazing with music as well. But I didn't know that it was really, like, really, really based off Common song "I Used to Love Her." So shout out to Kimon for giving me that information. That's a great movie. If you have not seen it, go check it out. I do know that is on Hulu, and I believe that's streaming on Prime right now. About last night, I had to put that on the list because it came out in the 2000s. Not really one of my favorites, but if you know it, then you know it. Think Like a Man, great movie, great romance movie, based off the Steve Harvey book, Think Like a Man. Jump in the Broom. Oh my God, that's so cute. I went to see that. I actually went on a date to see that when I was in college. I didn't have many dates in college, but I definitely went on a date to see that movie. Just Right. Just Right is another basketball movie. I love that movie because I loved Queen Latifah, and I got a low key got a thing for Common. So that's a good love movie. Why Did I Get Married is a good love movie, even though it has some challenges and trials and tribulations. That's by Tyler Perry. Why Did I Get Married? And The Photograph. Oh, I love The Photograph. That's with Issa Rae. That's more of a newer one. I want to say that movie came out in like 2019 or early pre-pandemic 2020. Um, and Issa was in it. So good. It actually is a double love story within that movie that is streaming on Hulu right now. So if you have not seen it, check out The Photograph. So that's my top 15 picks of love movies. Oh, Reset Love. Why Did I Get Married was toxic too. It definitely was toxic. It was very toxic. But that's Tiff's picks. My top 15 movies, love movies or romantic black movies. If you have not seen them, go ahead, check them out. Find where they're streaming. Let me know in the comments, or you can come back and comment on that if you like the movie or if you did not like the movie. Or what is your favorite not rom com. I keep on wanting to say rom com, but black romance movie. Maybe it did not make my list, but I think I did pretty well of covering from like the 70s, because I think Mahogany was in the 70s on down to now, to recent um recent days. So those were just some of the things that I liked. Now with us bringing love month to a close, remember that the best love is self-love. And that goes to say, I say that because you can have a boyfriend, you can have a girlfriend, you can be madly in love today and it can be gone tomorrow. You can be married today and it ends tomorrow. And sometimes it ending, um, we think of it being it when you end a relationship, it's definitely hard. And sometimes ending relationships may look like someone having to go to take a better position, someone having to go because the relationship that they're in is toxic, or someone having to go because they are not where they want to be in life, or someone having to go because they died. But we have to practice self love and self care. I do something with young ladies all the time, and it works for young men too. But you have to find some things that you love about you. Now, when most of the time when we do that, we talk about, oh, what do you love about yourself? Tell me what's best about yourself. You're gonna tell me I have a kind heart, I'm loving, I am nice, I'm sweet, I'm giving. But you have to find something that you love on the outside. It's not about being vain, but it's about finding something that you love about yourself. It may be hard for you in the beginning to find things that you love about yourself, because you're looking at the freckles that you got on your face, or the pimples, or you're looking at your hair is too thin or your hair is too thick, or you might be a little thicker in the midsection than you want to be. Your butt might be bigger than you want to be. You might have bee stings, or you may have gigantic, your feet might hurt, whatever. But you have to find something that you love about you. So when someone comes along and tells you all those things that are great about you, it's not going to change your perception of who you are, because you already know who you are. You already know that I'm Tiffany Vincent, baby, and I'm the bomb.com. Now, I say it all the time because I'm very assured in who I am. And it may come off as a little conceited, but I'm not conceited because you don't know what I had to go through to get to be able to say, I'm Tiffany Shante Vincent and I am the bomb.com. I am the best thing since sliced bread. God broke the mold when he made me. You don't know what I had to go through to get to where I am to be able to say that about myself. So if you're struggling with loving yourself, I would suggest, if you can, I usually tell my young ladies to find three things physical in appearance that they like about themselves. And even if you can't find three, if you can just find one physical feature about yourself that you love, like my legs are amazing, like Tina Turner legs are great, but Tina's legs ain't got nothing on me. I love my arms. My eyelashes are full and I don't need to put on a strip. Okay, my lips are full and they are getting, my lips ain't full, but people are getting Botox, I mean, getting lip injections to and fillers for their lips to look like mine, okay? Whatever it is, it could be your ear, it could be your baby toe. Find something physical that you love about yourself and tell yourself, "Who that thing looks good today" in the mirror while looking at that physical feature, because you don't want anyone else to define who you are and define your love for yourself. Of course, you need to love your inner beauty. Of course, beauty comes from the inside out. But sometimes we, as women and as men, need to be able to look at ourselves and say, "Yeah, I look good." Or if it's an outfit that you put on and "Oh yeah, I'm looking good today." You're doing that, Jerry. You are doing that today. Don, you look, I'm handsome. I smell good. Like, now let me put a comma right here, because my homegirl Jerry, she be on it with the scents. I say, Jerry, she smells so good. But she learned what works for her. Do something like that. Learn the scents that work for you. Learn your base notes. Learn what notes work good for your body chemistry. And that can boost your self-esteem and your self-confidence. So when you walk out, and who doing it better than me? Nobody. So as we close out Love Month, I would suggest that you love yourself often. You love yourself all the time. Let yourself know, ain't nobody better than me, baby. I am the oh Lord, I'm about to go scripture. But true, I'm the righteousness of God in Christ, okay? Fearfully and wonderfully made. And who doing it better than you? Nobody. Nobody is doing it better than you. Because and if you get there in yourself, when love comes, not if love comes. When love comes, you're not going to be haughty and puffed up and self-absorbed. But when love comes, love is just going to complement all of those things. Love complements those things. So you're not out seeking validation from a man or a woman, because as soon as not as soon as they validate you, I'm not going to say as soon as they validate you, but just know somebody, if you're built upon the words that people tell you, then you can break upon those same words that the people don't tell you, or they say something worse. So love yourself. And when you learn to love yourself, loving somebody else is just going to be an asset, because then you can empower, you can uplift that man. You can tell him the things that he need to know, like, "Oh, baby, boy, what?" And you ain't even said, now you just "Boy, what?" You can tell your mom, "Babe, you wearing that dress," and of course she gonna giggle, because we all do. Even though I'm saying love yourself and you want those words of affirmation and you want to build that confidence within yourself so nobody else will have to do it, but when it does come along, it's just gonna enhance what's already there. So it's not gonna make you, it's not gonna break you. And I'm not saying for women not to compliment your man, and I'm not saying for a man not to compliment your woman. Or, if you see a woman that's attractive, it's kind of iffy today, because sometimes a man complimenting a woman is just a compliment, ladies. He not trying to get with you. He not trying to sleep with you. If he say, "Oh, you look really nice today," you be like, "I got a man." Okay, you might have one. He probably not trying to get with you. He just wants to let you know. And that, if we make it so hard for men, ladies, we really make it hard for men today. And I know we have to be guarded. And the word says, "Guard your heart with all diligence," and all that good stuff. But sometimes sometimes if a man says you look nice, he's just complimenting you. If he say I like your hair, he not trying to see what it's like to pull your hair in the sheets. He's just saying I like your I like your hair. And if even if a woman is like compliment, now I ain't gonna say for men to be complimenting married women and all this, that, and other. You know what to do and how to do it. But it's nothing wrong with complimenting a woman, and women is nothing wrong with accepting the compliment that comes from a man. But you don't, if you get to the place where you know yourself, you love yourself, to thine own self be true, you don't need that validation, but the compliment is just gonna be like thank you. Because well, now Keith say I do this all the time, but I just be doing it to him. I don't think I be doing it to other people, and if so, that's something I gotta check myself on. But he'll be like, you look nice, and I'll be like, I know. I gotta work on it. I gotta look, I'm a work in progress, okay? But I do know. But thank you for telling me. So I probably should leave with thank you and leave the I know off. Cause he know I know. I'm a hot mess sometime, y'all. But it's all I'm just being honest. Cause I do know. But I still like to hear it though. I do. And as ladies, we like to hear it. And even gentlemen, if a lady gives you a compliment, she not trying to run your pockets. If she say, you know, you look very nice, or that's a nice haircut, she not telling you that because she trying to take money from you. Like she not trying to get a free date out of you because she said you got a nice haircut, your lineup is nice, or you got nice shoes, or for me, oh, y'all, I love a man that smells good. And y'all can thank my daddy, Michael Fisher, for that because when my parents were just starting to date or getting to know each other, my dad, and he still does to this day, he smelled so good. So when my parents got married and moved in, and my mom is on here, she can tell y'all this is true. I used to stand on Sunday mornings. I used to stand by their bedroom door so I could smell my dad's cologne. That's how much I love cologne. I love a good smelling man. So some women might be like me. If they say, "Oh, your cologne smells good," listen, we not trying to jump your bones or get you in the sheets. We're just giving you a compliment. Now, I guess I can just speak for myself. I'm just giving you a compliment. But here's the thing: when you know who you are, you can accept the compliment, and you don't got to be like me and be like, "I know." But you can accept the compliment and keep it moving because self love is the best love. And for all my single ladies out there, listen, I went through a phase and I was single for a very long time. And I would suggest single ladies and men, for that instance, is nothing wrong with being single. In your singledom, that's not a word, in your singleness, you find out the things, especially when you get older, because I was single and old, like in my 30s, but I was single and happy. It's nothing wrong with being single and happy. You don't have to have a relationship to define your life. You can have amazing relationships when it comes to your friends, when it comes to your family. But I would say, even in that, don't be so single and so independent. And it's kind of hard when you've been single for a long time, like I was. It's kind of hard when you move and transition into a relationship because you're so used to doing things your way and doing it on your own. So as you are navigating your singleness, it's okay to be good with exactly where you are in your singleness. It's okay. It's okay to want a relationship. It's okay to be single. And dare I say, and I'm going to say it, some people disagree with me, but it's okay to date. And when I say date, I mean multiple dates. Everybody don't agree with me. Now, I'm not saying go out there and date and lay it low and spread it wide with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. But what I am saying is okay to have choices until they lock you down. That's Tiffany's thought process. But anyway, I digress with that. But in your singleness, it's okay to know exactly who you are and what you want and the things that you require when it comes to a relationship. Not so much that you are a stickler that they got to be 6'1.5", uh, chocolate with a nice smile and make six figures and be chiseled, no kids, and love the Lord and whatever else your list is. It's okay to have that list, but we have to be realistic when we have that list. Or your list may be she got to be be 5'5.5", boom, boom, pow, no kids and never been in a relationship and a virgin and gotta have long hair that's real and natural or gotta have a natural fro. Listen, it's okay to know exactly what you like, but don't get so caught up in your list that you miss something amazing. Also, don't be so desperate that we become like Risa Tisa and just take whatever comes our way. So it's kind of difficult navigating these single streets, right? Um, and y'all know, y'all know, online dating can be a hot mess. But they did say that the online dating sites that you pay for, you get more out of them. So think about that. Say thank you, Missy. What am I thanking you for? But anyway, so if you are interested in online dating, they said the ones that you pay for are a little bit better than the ones that you don't pay for. Um, Back in the day, I was on those non-pay ones, and baby, I'm telling you, every fish that I got off of Plenty of Fish, I threw right back in the sea because I'm like, oh, no, heck no. I think I did meet one really nice guy off of POF or off of Instagram. He was really nice, but he had a daughter, and his child came first, and that was fine with me. He needed to take care. He was a single dad, and listen, I wasn't trying to get in the way of that. That could be a little complicated. Um, so you can mess around and meet somebody nice. I don't know nothing about Hinge or Bumble. Like I ain't been on, I don't know Facebook dating, but it's a lot of dating sites that you can go on. But the ones that you pay for seem to be better because you get what you pay for. To all my married people, continue to pour into us singles, or I'm not. I would say us singles. I'm in a relationship, but I'm not married yet. But continue to pour into singles so they cannot fantasize or idolize marriage and idolizing your marriage. I know back in the day, or not even that far back in the day, when we talked about Black love, a lot of people idolized the Wills and Jadas, the Gabrielle Unions and Dwayne Wades. I was never one to idolize or fantasize a relationship, or I want to be like this couple, because you don't know what people go through to get to where they are. So I would suggest single and people in relationship or married, don't try to make your relationship be like anybody else's but yours. And if you want to look at something, look at your own relationship so you can see how that can grow and mature and take on, like you look at how it was in the past. And sometimes you can pull from the things in our relationship that we have now that's from the past to make it better. Because sometimes we get into relationships, you're married, and it gets stale. And then you start thinking about things that other people did. And oh, when someone tells you look nice, thanks, mom. My mom did build great self-esteem in me. She really did at a young age. But like I was saying, sometimes in relationships things get stale, they can get stagnant, or you can fall into a comfort zone. And then you're not really trying to do anything to keep it alive because you're just going through the day-to-day run of the mill everyday part of life. But I challenge you, as I challenge myself in my relationship, to continue to do things to make it exciting, to make it fun if you are someone in a relationship. That when those stale days start to happen, pull out something to make it fun. Maybe do a date jar, or maybe think back on the things that you used to do. Like, it's something that me and Key used to do, and we have not done in so long. That is, and I mean so long. We used to send like song lyrics to each other because y'all know I love music, and so does he. And we have not done that in a long time. I know one day we sat there. I was at work. We're sending lyrics to songs about everything all day. I was thinking back on, dang, we probably should revisit that. So when things like that come up, when it may hit a plateau, think of things that you can do to make it better. Um, and just keep growing and keep loving. I think love is a beautiful thing. I am such a romantic person. I'm growing in romance more. I'm looking at different things, but I love romance and I love love. I'm the girl that likes the corny little love movies. Oh, I didn't put Love Don't Cost a Thing on there, but that's one of a love movie too. But I like those corny little rom-coms and things of that nature. I'm a girl that loves love. So, as we get ready to close, as I said before, and I'll say time and time again, take the time, not just in the month of February, but year round, to know your heart, to trust your heart, and well, I would say follow your heart, but you can follow it a little bit. Be true to thine own self, be true, and you'll never go wrong. Take the time to know you. Even those who are in relationship, those who are married, you are maybe married and one with the person, but you're still an individual person. Take the time to love yourself because ourselves are ever changing. So the woman or the man that you were last year, you're not that person anymore. So take the time to love on you. Find things that you love about yourself. Take the time to read a book that you may love, or write, or draw, or whatever it is, exercise, whatever it is, that things that you love. Don't wait for someone else to do them with you. Do them on your own and do them with yourself. So that's all I have for Love Month and for Black History Month. As we close out the month of Black History, we know that we are 365 days Black, but I wanted to leave you with a little bit of information that you may not have known, you may or you may not know. And I can't find my notes. But let me see. Did you guys know that Betty Boop, the cartoon character that we have, the Boop, she's really cute, white. Did y'all know that the real Betty Boop, the origins of Betty Boop, and that the real Betty Boop was an African American woman? Did y'all know that? So, if you did not know, this is as according to BlackHistory.com. PBS has confirmed that Betty Boop, the popular cartoon character introduced to the world by cartoonist Mac Fleischer in the 1930s, was actually inspired by a real life African American jazz singer. Her stage name was Baby Esther. Her real name, I'm sorry, was Esther Jones, and her stage name was Baby Esther. But unfortunately, her character became the first and the most famous sex symbol in animation and was whitewashed. Oftentimes, in that time frame, in that time period, a lot of our black things were whitewashed. Our music was whitewashed. They did blackface, and they took Betty Boop. So Betty Boop was originated from a black woman. Baby Esther had a popular cabaret act at the infamous Cotton Club in Harlem, New York, where she sang with a unique vocal style that featured boop boop be doop and other similar scat sounds. The very same style was heavily imitated by the Betty Boop animated characters. Initially, Betty Boop was shown in cartoons as an African American woman. She appeared in at least one animated scene in the popular Popeye the Sailor Man series, but soon after she was transformed into a white woman and remained so until her character was finally retired. It is estimated that Betty Boop franchise generated millions of dollars in revenue from television networks and the sales of merchandise, and she never received a penny. So that's a little known Black history fact about Esther Jones, who is the original Betty Boop. So you learn something new every day. But it has been my pleasure talking to you all again. I hope you have a great night. And if you want to donate to the building of my studio room or to Tiffany going to the ABFF, that's American Black Film Fest, you can cash at me at $TVSTARR3. Again, that's $TVSTARR3. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. I love you, but God loves you more. I hope y'all have a great night. Bye.